Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Jimmy, aka Savvy Crypto Investor. Once again, I'm back. This time, I want to address a specific question that was asked in regards to the investment strategy that I posted a couple days ago. So, originally, the debate was should I invest $10 daily as soon as possible without concern about the extra point 0.1, point 0.2, or 0.24%, um, or should I wait and hold that money until I accumulate about $100 and then reinvest? Um, I did not calculate the 0.1, point 0.2, or 0.24% based on any additional value. I just showed the basic compounding power of investing $10. Okay, so we had someone, Luca, asked um, if I invested $5,010, and he's currently following the 60-60 technique. And let me explain that real quick before I go on. The 60-60 technique is you invest your money for 60 days and you reinvest everything that you make in whatever increments you choose. And I'm going to show you two different ways that you can invest, and I'm going to show you the difference in money that you'll earn. But then for another 60 days, roughly, you're going to hold whatever is going to be deposited into your BitConnect wallet or lending wallet, excuse me, and then you're going to withdraw that amount because that's how you're going to recover your um, original investment, but also still have money left over in your actual active investment. Okay, so just off the top of my head, I do think that the 60-60 technique is actually beneficial, especially if you want to get in and get out with at least your initial investment. If you want to be a little less risky, however, you're also going to lose a lot of your compounding power for those 60 days. And when you withdraw that money, even though you're safe, in case something happens in the platform, you're also you're losing a lot of money in the long term. So it's kind of a give and take. It's what do you really want? You want absolute security, or would you rather hold it a little bit longer in there and be able to still recoup your money, which I will go into later, not in this video. Okay, so the question is, right now I'm following the 60-60 technique, and I waited until I had $1,010 before reinvesting to take the guaranteed plus 0.1 daily. Okay, so right now I have a total investment of 6,200. Considering the amount of my initial investment, do you believe it's better to wait until I have $1,010 to reinvest, or is it still better to invest any amount I have daily? Luca, I'm about to answer your question. You ready for this? Let's go over here. Let's make sure. Yeah, that should be good. Okay, so Luca, I created two scenarios for you in my spreadsheet. I have Luca scenario A and Luca scenario B. Now, your initial investment is going to be where you're going to gain the most amount of your percentage earned. So I'm not going to modify the 0.2%. Over here, I have the 90-day average plus the 0.2% for your $5,000 investment. Okay, the amount that's going to fluctuate in the short period of time is not going to be substantial. So therefore, I didn't want to calculate it in because it would require a lot of work. Okay, but what I have done is I've given you two different scenarios which you can look at, and I think you're going to like the result that I'm going to show you, and I think it's going to convince you one way or the other which method is better. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at what you're currently following right now, which is scenario A. Okay, so scenario A says you invested $5,010 and you're going to hold that amount you're going to hold your accumulated interest earned until you have $1,010 to reinvest. Now, like I said, that 0.1% is not going to be substantial. Therefore, I'm not going to calculate it in this time. I would encourage you to do this on your own if you feel that it's necessary, but I feel pretty comfortable saying that in the short term, 120 days, it's not going to be substantial. Not enough to worry about. Okay, but let's check this out. So you invest your 5,010, you get your extra 2.2%, excuse me, and then you're going to sit and hold and build that balance of accumulated interest earned until you have $1,010. Then you're going to reinvest that, right? And you're going to do that for your first 60 days, roughly, until you're able to make your last deposit right before or right approximately on your 60-day period here. So that means if you started this when I started it, December 5th, just for an example, by your 58th day, you would have $8,000 in your account. So you would have grown, what is that, 40%? No, that's actually 60%, because you're adding $3,000 on top of your $5,000 investment. Okay, so that's when you would stop, and you would start accumulating your balance again. You would stop reinvesting, and you would start to accumulate your interest earned in your lending wallet, and you would not do anything with it until your 107th day, where you would withdraw your initial investment of 5,010, or in this case, I just did $5,070. I took that full balance out. Okay, and then you would start to accumulate your money again. At this point, your initial investment is paid back. Okay, and you're sitting pretty, right? All right, at the end of 120 days, you would have $10,360. Okay, roughly, and that doesn't include your accumulated interest earned at this point. Actually, I didn't do that for your spreadsheet, but I did another part of the spreadsheet where I actually put a column um, for the actual balance. But okay, so now you got scenario A. And just to recap real quick so we can look at the next one, approximately 58 days, you would stop reinvesting, you would let your lending wallet balance increase, and around day 107, you would withdraw your money, 5,000, your initial investment, and you would let your money start working for you again and start reinvesting. At this point, mostly risk-free, and after 120 days, you would have $10,360. Okay, good to go. Let's move on to the next one. Scenario B. The scenario B is reinvesting daily as soon as possible, even with a minimal amount of $10. Let's check it out. All right, so same investment. I'm going to use the same daily interest earned here, 1.14, which is the 6-month average, 90.94 plus 0.2 that you would be getting from your $5,000 investment. Okay, so we're going to invest daily, regardless of the amount, in increments of $10. Okay, you can see the formula is set up down here. Now let's go down and let's look around 58, 59, or 60. So because you're able to start dropping a little bit higher balance in here, I went ahead and went all the way out to your 60th day. Okay, because if you're following the 60-60 rule, it says somewhere around your 60th day is when you're going to make your last deposit. Generally, if you're holding for a higher amount, it would be plus or minus a couple days. In this case, you have enough to invest on your 60th day as well as any other day at this point, because at this point you're investing $100 a day every day. Okay, but check it out. The first thing I notice is your balance is going to be $9,590. Wait a minute, weren't we just at 8,000 something? 8,040, and here you're at 9,590. So you've already got an increase just in your first 60 days by using the compounding factor with reinvesting your minimum of $10. It's already starting to look good, right? Let's go ahead and look down further and see how much sooner you might actually be able to recuperate your money as well. So we go down here, we're going down, going down, going down. Look at this. 107, that was on scenario A. But on scenario B, which you're investing daily now, up until your 60th day, and then you're stopping your reinvestments, you actually get to pull your money out. You actually get $10 extra, and you get to pull it out 1 day sooner. That seems like a pretty good deal. But wait, it gets better. Because at this point, let's go out to 120 days. Because after you pull the money out, the money's going to start working for you again, right? And actually, let's compare this real quick because I want to see this. Your actual balance when you withdraw your initial investment back out is going to be somewhere roughly around 9,050. Let's look at scenario B. 19,860. I could have done something wrong there actually. It should be 9,700. The math isn't coming out. Oh, that's what I did. Let's fix that real quick. Bam, 9,700. So you already have more, $700 more through scenario B. Now let's look at your actual balance after 120 days. So after 120 days, you would have 10,360. In scenario B, you would have $11,230. Any questions? Please comment below. I would love to hear your comments. Actually, I would love to hear your questions. I would love to be able to correspond and answer and get some dialogue back and forth. Whether you agree with me, it looks like scenario B is the way to go. In the short term, you're going to gain at least $1,000 or almost $1,000 in the same amount of time and still get your money back, if not actually a little bit more. So the answer for me is reinvest daily regardless. That small 0.1 or 0.2% isn't going to be significant enough for you to really stress over. And I mean, maybe it might get you a little bit closer, but I don't think it's going to be close enough to make a significant difference until you're talking about like 365 or possibly even 730 days. I think that's a significant increase, but not in a short term. Not on a 60 day rule. Okay, so hopefully that answers your question. Please thumbs up and like the video. Comment below asking questions. I'd love to answer them for anybody watching, not just Luca. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that little bell button next to the subscribe button so that you can be notified the next time we upload a video. Thank you so much. Have a great day.